and welcome to another episode of the Get At It Gaming Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Ben. With me is Alex. Alex, what's up?
Hey, not much. I kind of look like I just came out of a pool because my hair's just been messy. So I kind of just just put it, wet it down a little bit just so it wouldn't be sticking up like Clarion or something like that from DC, with like the horns. Um, but no, it doesn't look good. So now I just look like, yeah, I came out of a pool, like chlorine, greasy hair. So I apologize for the look, but for the audio listeners, I don't actually look like that. I look awesome and majestic. So don't watch the YouTube video audio list.
Yes,
just listen to the YouTube video. Open up anyway.
yeah. And we are a gaming slash anime slash movie, all things nerdy podcast. And we also, besides YouTube, we have an audio podcast which you can get on all services. I don't think there's a service we're not on right now. We're even on Google Play. But check us out, hit subscribe. Today's show, we are going to talk about a couple little things. The Spider-Man trailer just dropped, the new one, last one there.
Breaking news for here.
Breaking news. We literally just watched it like 2 minutes ago. We're going to talk about Halo and the Game Award nominations. But before that, Alex, do you have any hidden trophies or what we're playing? I know we've been playing the same thing at one point, but do you have any hidden trophies?
No, actually, no. So yeah, normally we have our part of the show where we talk about the cool things that we find. No, I unfortunately do not have anything, and I will probably have stuff next year for sure to show off. But yeah, no, I unfortunately don't have anything. As far as like games I've been playing, I don't know. Did I talk about it last week? I beat Yakuza 3.
Yes, I do think I know you were talking about that, and you were talking about another Yakuza game that you were playing because you're working your way up to the newest one. So
I'm on Yakuza 4 right now. And you start out as this guy who's not the main character. Like he's one of the main characters for this game. There are 4 playable characters and there's 4 parts of the game. And I play as this guy named Akiyama Shun, I believe, and like he's pretty cool. Like he just works at like a financial like loan place and just gives people loans with no interest or anything. And as long as you pass like his goodwill test, as long as you pay him as you can, then he'll be fine with it. And but if you skip town or something, like he'll come after you. And then now I'm playing as someone else. Like I just started as the second person, and that first part was really good. I really like the new character and everything. I'm looking forward to see like how this all intertwines with other things, because the last time I saw the previous character Kiryu, he was in Okinawa, living and taking care of an orphanage since he used to be an orphan. So like he's just like lives at this beach house with a bunch of orphans and just living out the dream, I guess. But like, yeah, like it's really cool when you see like a bad character, but he's like still like has a heart of gold or something. And that's what I like about Kiryu a lot. Like he's just very very honorable, even though he was like part of the Yakuza at one point.
right.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing him. But otherwise, I've played a little bit like the Animal Crossing DLC still, and yeah, I like that a lot. I like it better than the real game. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, besides the other thing that we're gonna talk about in a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. What about you?
Well, I popped in Ghost of Tsushima again, and I'm playing on the new island, and it's a lot harder. Like as farther in as I get, it's a lot harder. But there's a cool thing. I'm doing a legendary mission, And if I do it and I complete all the things for it, I will get armor for my horse.
Hmm.
It's sick. It's got like a horn and everything. It looks dope. Um, but uh, that's pretty much it. And then we'll talk about the other one. It's one of the other stores we talked about today. But let's kind of jump into Fortnite. Wow, Fortnite is bringing Naruto, not just Naruto, but Naruto Shippuden to their game. I never would have guessed that's the next person they're bringing into the game, but they are.
It's just really strange because, like, yeah, we've had like all these westernized things, like Rick and Morty is in it. We've had, yeah, all the Marvel stuff, all the DC stuff, even Sonic the Hedgehog, um, all of that. But like, wait, now I might be thinking of Fall Guys for Sonic the Hedgehog, but but they all kind of meld together, you know. But
Yeah,
like, yeah, there's just like a lot in Fortnite, and it's really cool to see that, like, Fortnite is similar to Smash Bros right now, where it's just like anyone can just be in that game and it's fine and it works. And like they're
right.
exclusive for a limited time as well, so that's how you can get around like licensing things. Like you might have another like event where you can obtain the people, but you can still have your special thing and you can just show like, yeah, I have this DC character and no one else can have them right now. Like that's pretty cool. Like same thing with like the Naruto things, because yeah, we have two Narutos, right? Like there's Naruto and then there's the older one, like from later slash Boruto.
Yeah,
There's two Sakuras, I believe. I think there's just one Sasuke and
yes,
two Kakashi. Like there's
yes.
there's like an Anbu one, or either that or he was just older, or kind of a combination of both. But yeah, it's really cool to see this,
Yeah,
because this, like, you just don't see Japanese companies play nice with these kind of companies.
no, but I'm sure their contract, you know, I'm sure they're getting pretty good money for it, and that's why I feel like all these franchises have come aboard. I mean, they even had Star Wars at one point and showed a exclusive clip to one of the movies at like there at one of their areas. It was huge. So
It's Fortnite's canon, like in
yeah,
the sequels, because like they talk about like at the beginning of, is it Rise of Skywalker is the last one, right? Yeah.
yeah,
They talk about how this Palpatine message went out to the universe, and like that's what happened in like that Fortnite event. Like that message went out to everyone, and then the trailer happened. So like it's weird. Like Fortnite's canon.
yeah, yeah. But they're gonna keep doing what they're doing because they're still making like hand over fist money.
Or
I
those
mean, that's the
concerts and
thing.
all that stuff too.
Yeah. I mean, even my son was joking about it, like, "Oh, Fortnite's for kids." But now that Naruto's in it, I guarantee he's playing it. I will put money that he's playing right now. I will text him during our show here and say, "Hey, are you playing Fortnite with Naruto?" And he'd probably be like, "Yes." Sad face.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't play Fortnite. I've tried. I'm like, this is not my jam.
I
But
played it. It's fine. Yeah, it's not really my jam either, but it's better. Like it was more fun when I was doing duos with like people, compared to just playing by
yeah,
yourself. So like, yeah, if you don't have anyone else to play with, I wouldn't really recommend it.
yeah. So that is out now. It is officially out, and you can start playing with that now. But the breaking news story, it just dropped about 15 minutes ago. The last Spider-Man trailer for the new movie before it comes out, uh, released tonight on Twitter. Alex and I watched it. Um, it reminds me of those epic Marvel movies that you know you're going to go see and are epic,
Hmm.
whether it be Avengers, whether it be Iron Man. Not that some of the other ones are not, but like Spider Man is one of the big ones. And man, they dropped the money in this one. So much stuff to kind of process there.
Yeah, but really
It
quick
was a lot.
though, like spoilers, I guess it's a trailer. So like take with that what you will, but we are going to talk about the trailer in full. So
Absolutely,
if you
yeah.
don't want to see that, fast forward a little bit and hopefully you don't hear us say things at certain points. Um
Right.
yeah, I just want to put that disclosure there because yeah, we're going to talk about everything starting now. Willem Dafoe confirmed.
Yes. Yep. He was talking, and he was um, he was talking to Peter, and so he's officially in it.
Yeah.
We can confirm the lizard is officially in it.
Yeah,
Um,
I wrote a list here. We have a Sinister 5 is what I call them because we don't have a full 6 yet. Unless you count Doctor Strange cuz he was fighting Peter. He was
he
fighting
was.
Peter there. So maybe he could be something. Or you know the light happens. Oh, I guess spoilers for Venom. I guess I haven't seen that movie, but I know how it ends. Do you know how Venom ends? The new one?
Oh yeah, I own it. That's a great movie.
No, the newest one.
No, I have not seen it.
Okay, do you care about the spoilers for the end of it? Or do you already know
Nah,
about
go
it?
ahead.
Okay.
I've
So,
heard stories about it.
so yeah, at the end of Venom 2, I guess they're just like in his apartment and then like a weird flash of light happens and then he sees like the Peter Parker is Spider-Man thing with J. Jonah Jameson up there and all this stuff and Venom's like sounds tasty or something. So like he's out in that universe as well. Because that takes place like right at the end of that previous movie of Spider-Man. So like yeah, he could be the sixth of the Sinister Six. But yeah, Green
Yeah, but
Goblin, Doc Ock, Sandman, Lizard, Electro.
I don't know because like the way they've made Venom in these movies is he's an anti-hero, but he tries to do what's right. Like telling Venom he can't just eat everybody. Uh, you know? So I don't know. I would think I think it'd be super cool if Venom was along Peter Parker to try and help him out.
Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome. Um, but the trailer was great. You know, kind of a little bit of a recap of, hey, people know who I am. I'm a wanted man. And they really go into, hey, so this is like, when they did go into it, they went into the fact that Doctor Strange has already screwed up the spell and it's opened up all these doorways. And he's like, at one point, he's like, they're coming and I can't stop them. So are
Yeah.
we going to see more? People show up?
That
Are we gonna
yeah,
see
because that seemed like an ending type thing. So like yeah, I wonder if other things might pop up like Spider-Verse. So like just like brief cameo things. But like it's interesting because wow, why can't I think of his you just said Strange. I almost said Doctor Fate. I almost said Doctor Octavius again. But like yeah, Doctor Strange, he says even like these are all people like villains who previous Spider-Man have killed. Like they're supposed to die. Um, and he's like, you have to live with that basically to Peter. Like you need to kill them. Like
right.
that's their fate. You can't save them from that fate. And it seems like Peter's trying to go against that and work with Octavius potentially because Octavius is like in the sewers with him, like just kind of talking with him and his friends, because like as far as I know and as far as like the direction that Alfred Molina was given, he said that this should take place right when he's like sinking like into the ocean at the end of Spider-Man 2. So like
Oh
he saved the world, he did everything, like he has no regrets necessarily. um or I guess he does have regrets, but like he attempted to save the world. So like this Otto Octavius should be more, I don't know, like sympathetic and actually like should hopefully work with this Peter now. I would hope, but like maybe he's trying to fight him at first because he comes through the portal and he's like, oh, it's Peter. Peter doesn't trust me. Blah blah blah. But yeah, it'd be really cool if we saw like the actual dynamic of, and Otto Octavius working with a Peter versus a Doc Ock fighting a Peter, and
Right.
trying to find an alternate method of like stopping like all this from going bad.
Yeah, and I will say also in this trailer they showed no other Spider-Mans.
Yeah,
They were only showing the one that we know confirmed that's in it.
in different
And
suits.
and Alex and I were talking. We both feel that they're going to try and keep it a secret as long as they can. Now, obviously, when reviewers watch this movie, someone's going to leak it.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, if there is. But it kind of leaves it open. The trailers sometimes I don't like because it does like tell you everything. Um, I mean, look at Civil War's trailer. You know, you had all this stuff, and at the very end, they show Spider-Man with
Mm-hmm.
Captain America's shield, and I had no idea, like no idea it was going to be in it.
Yeah.
Which it's okay, but I would have loved to have seen that in the theaters and been surprised.
Yep.
Uh, it looks great. I think it's gonna. Excuse me. I think it's gonna do great. I think it's gonna be what we wanted in a big Marvel film that we hadn't had for a while. After Endgame was over, and it's like, and not that these other ones are bad. Like I just watched Shang-Chi over the weekend.
Oh, okay.
That movie is awesome,
I still haven't seen it yet.
dude. That movie is fantastic. Um, and I loved it, but you know, a little bit of me is like, God, I really want that giant Iron Man Marvel film, and we still have Thor and a couple others coming up, but Spider Man's gonna help feed that. I think one thing I really did like also from the trailer is, to confirm it, you did hear Electro talk, and it is Jamie Foxx.
And you saw him too. Like
Yeah, you saw
he
him.
wasn't the weird like blue face electric eel type thing from Amazing Spider-Man 2. He had on he had like his yellow like lightning, and he had like a yellow like arm power suit on as well.
Right. Yeah, and so that was pretty cool. Overall, it was like really short because it is a teaser.
Yep.
Uh, but um, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I know Alex is going to try to see it
Yep.
when he goes
I really
back to
hope
visit
I
family.
can. I really hope I can, because like I don't know, like I watch a lot of Marvel stuff just because it's convenient now too with Disney Plus. Um I'm not really a Marvel person, but I'm a Spider-Man person, and Spider-Man is like definitely like my favorite thing to so to have this as a Spider-Man Endgame, that's awesome. Like
Yeah,
I'm more hyped for this than I honestly was for the whole Endgame thing. Like regardless if they show um the other Peters or not, because like this is just awesome. I would never thought we would have had this, or but with like Infinity War and Endgame, like yeah, I could see that happening.
I mean, when I watched Endgame, is still my favorite Marvel film of all time. And when everyone started coming out of the portals, I mean, you knew Black Panther was going to come out, you knew Spider Man, you knew Guardians, but I had no idea that Tony Stark's wife was going to show up. That was
Oh
really cool to me.
yeah.
Um, and then you're like, "Where's Captain Marvel?" And then when she does show up, you're like, "Okay, done." That's awesome. And I feel like that's what this movie's going to do. Just when you think there's nothing more and it looks bad, other Peters are going to show up.
Now, if they do show up, do you think they actually got them, or you think they have like pre-recorded lines?
Oh no, they got him. I
Okay.
think. I think if
I
they
was
did,
just hoping like they would have like the Spider-Man 3 like where emo Peter's like, I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye, and just yell at people like those YouTube
um,
poop type things.
I will tell you, this is totally off subject, but I was rewatching The Sopranos, and the lady that played Tony Soprano's mom passed away, and she still was in a couple episodes, right? The
Hmm.
CG they did on her was awful. It's like they took a picture and put it on the other lady's face. You saying that reminded me of that. I think if they're going to do it, they're going to go all out. They're going to have the actual, people that played them show up. And
See,
I think
I
they're going
didn't
to
know
take
if
the
they were
mask
going to
off
do
everything.
that. Okay, because what they could do it just have them just all wear the masks, and there could just be that there could be the Amazing Spider-Man, there can be the Sam Raimi Toby Spider-Man, and then like we could maybe see like, I don't know, randomly just like 2099 pop up, or like someone else pop up randomly, and then at the big end climax. So like I really
I would
want to
not.
I want to see Miles. I just want to see Miles.
Everyone wants to see Miles. I would not be surprised if 2099 shows up
Yeah.
because we don't know who that would be, and I feel like the two Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. I think they're going to show up. But how cool would it be if Miles Morales showed up? There's been huge talks of doing a live action Miles Morales movie. The animated one they did is by far the best version of anything I've seen.
Yep.
So I don't know, but I mean, I they're setting it up perfectly. I am gonna not watch. I'm not even gonna watch reviews on this movie because I want to go and not be. I don't want to like
Yeah. I agree.
jinx it or anything. And I gotta be careful because on Facebook they always have like new Spider-Man film has blah blah blah, and you're like, oh come on.
Yep.
I know that you need to get your clickbait, but come on.
Yeah, I hate it so
So
much. Yeah. So I'm gonna like mute certain things on the week before, because you can do that on Twitter. I know, like you can mute like terms of like Spider-Man. You can mute like just all that kind of stuff. I did that for Endgame and for Infinity War, so I wouldn't know anything. So
yeah, so did I. Like I had no idea that Captain America picked up Thor's hammer until I was in the theater.
yeah.
And this is like a week, 2 weeks later, still a packed theater, and people still scream when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
But that movie comes out next month. I guarantee it makes. There's been a couple record breaking films, with COVID. That's going to be the next one. I think it's going to make an ungodly amount of money.
Oh, I agree. Because
So
it's an actual movie that like that people care about, I would say.
absolutely,
Like, say what you will about like Shang-Chi and like Black Widow and all these other things, but like they don't really have a following yet, or if they do, like Black Widow just came out at a weird time because it was also on Disney Plus. But like even Venom, like Venom's Venom, and a lot of people didn't like the first one, so like they're not gonna see the second one. But Spider-Man,
right.
Spider-Man's gonna sell regardless. Like everyone's gonna watch it. I wonder if people who haven't even watched the other ones just go and watch this as well, because like you could just honestly walk into this film, and if you've seen at least the older Sam Raimi films, like yeah, you could get something out of this. You don't have to watch any of the Tom Holland stuff, or vice versa. Like you just know like, oh, these are characters from other films, and then watch the other films later. Might give some
Well,
depth to the old films.
and I know pretty soon all of those Spider-Man films will be on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So all the Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield, the ones with Tom Maguire, the Spider-Verse, and the other two Spider-Man films that came out. So yeah,
Check it.
we're all looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I promise if oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it comes out December 17th, so mark your calendars, pre-order your tickets, because I think you can pre-order tickets now too.
If I see it before you, I won't say anything about it. I promise. I probably won't see it before you, but
I'm gonna try. Like even like my younger sister, she watched the two of them, and my mom watched the two of them because I made her watch the second one, but she liked the first one a lot. So I might try to get them to go and see this if they're up
absolutely.
to going to a theater, because theaters currently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to see this no matter what, whatever it takes.
Yeah. My wife has been asking to go to a movie. I don't think this is what she was thinking, but if I have to go see the new Downton Abbey movie with her, then she's gonna go see Spider-Man with me.
Yeah.
Next thing we're gonna kind of talk about, Halo Infinite, the multiplayer dropped with the 20th anniversary of Xbox.
Yeah.
Alex and I, to be honest, that's my second game I've been playing.
Same.
I got a lot of matches in so far. I'm already level 2, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I've played several matches. Alex has played some.
Yeah.
So early early things about it. It's still a beta. What were your thoughts on the multiplayer?
It's Halo, and it works. It works really well. Like, I forgot how well the Halo formula just works. I guess I keep saying works. I'm Todd Howard over here, but it just works. Um, yeah, because I never played. The last one I played was Halo 4. I never played 5. And I never played Anniversary Collection or anything because I heard it just didn't run well. Which is just really strange. Like, it just didn't run well. A lot of that stuff just didn't run well anywhere. So I never touched Halo again. But to have something that runs just as I remember it running, like nostalgia wise, is very good, because that means that this is probably running really, really well. And what I thought was running well back when wasn't actually that great. So like to like actually be with my expectations, like, it's very good. I like all the new maps so far, at least the ones that I played. I really like the streets, like, that's really cool. I also really like the parkour element of this game, where you can just like climb up over things. I don't know if that was in the previous games or not, but like it,
Oh, I don't remember it
unless it was
being in the
5. um
yeah.
but like, yeah, I don't remember that. So I really like that. Yeah, there's weird things that I don't necessarily like. Just, I still don't know how to use all these new weapons and things, but otherwise, as far as like a gameplay standpoint, like, I am shocked, and I'm also very excited that this game is free to play.
Yeah, I there is a buying element to it. But because we got it day one when they announced it, we got, there's a whole bunch of extra stuff we'll be getting that drops here pretty soon. It reminds me of going to my friend's house, bringing my Xbox, all of us hooking our Xboxes together to do like a LAN
Yep.
and playing against each other. That's what it
Yep.
reminds me of.
That's what I did with
Uh,
Halo 2 and 3 all the time.
I am not as good as what I used to be,
Same.
by far. I am not. Um, but it was really, really fun. And I think, for me, it was weird because I've not turned my Xbox on for anything except for movies. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
playing this on the PC. I think Alex is playing it on the PC.
Yep.
It looks good on my PC. It looks great. I do have a gaming PC with some decent specs. Alex's specs are way better than mine, but I was able to run it and it still looked good with a high,
Yeah,
refresh rate
I didn't see any
and
like
everything.
screen tearing or anything either. Like, it looked
No,
just very pristine. The only issue I always have with a lot of these games is that the audio is really loud. So I had like go into the settings
yes,
and turn it down.
yeah, I
Um,
did too.
but otherwise, like, yeah, this game was excellent. Like, I had actually, before we started this recording, like, I had Halo on the right, and I was playing on my nice like curved monitor. And then on the left here, I had like on like a Twitch stream, like I was watching someone stream. So like, yeah, it's very. I've never really played PC games a whole lot, like, and I feel like this is the first one that I will like absolutely get into. Um, Now I will say this though, I am playing with a controller. I tried using keyboard and mouse, and I just couldn't get the hang of it, just because of my left hand just can't do all that like stretching,
Right.
and just like not remembering where certain things are. Now, granted, I don't remember half the time now where melee is, because I'm so used to it being the B button back when, and now it's clicking
Yep.
the stick. So like, I need to change that on my controls for my
Um,
controller part. But like, yeah, like, it's definitely a challenge for me to use keyboard and mouse. So yeah, I'm a controller boy.
yeah, we were actually having this discussion, and I said, "Man, I had a hard time playing with my keyboard, and so I'm gonna switch to a controller just for me. It's gonna be easier." But yep, that's the same one I have,
This is
and
the
that's what I'm gonna.
regular Xbox One controller I'm holding up. So like, from like the launch Xbox One controller.
Yeah, and I even told Alex, I said, "Man, I was really trying, and I did okay. I came actually in one round. I came in first place against bots, and one I came in second. But I feel I would do so much better with that. Now I do play Star Wars Battlefield 2 on here
Mhm.
or Battlefront 2. I have no problem with it. It actually works better on the keyboard. But man, I'm gonna have to switch to the controller. And this is still early. I know I want to say they say beta, but the game comes out in a couple weeks. So
It's beta in quotes, but like yeah, the game's finished. Like it's technically out. The only reason why it says beta is just because oh we released it early, and
yeah,
the whole season lasts until like I think they said May or April. So like this is a long season. So if you're getting your season pass, like get on it. Honestly, I'm actually kind of tempted to get into that season pass battle pass thing just because like it'd be cool to just have cool things at the beginning, and if I do enjoy it and I do get good things out of it, then sure, like I will continue to support this game because like this seems
yeah,
like it's going to be that game that I'm going to play for years to come.
yeah. And it was so funny when I had it booted, it said campaign. So I clicked on campaign. It says, "Oh, you can pre-order it." I was like, maybe they screwed up and put the campaign in there.
Yeah, because it
Um,
says the 8th of December 8th is when it comes out.
yeah. But like I said, I thought it looked great. Um, I played several rounds. I added Alex, and we have a group of guys. Hopefully, we can get like a private match. I don't even know if you could do. I think you could do private matches.
Hmm.
I thought there was an option for it. I would love to play privately with like a ton of people I know and just have fun with it. But it's like old school Halo is what it is. They had capture the flag, um, and they have ones with giant maps as well. So I haven't played any of those yet. I did
Hmm.
like the ball one, and I did
Hmm.
capture the flag, and then I did the elimination one where you just try to get the most kills, and your meter goes up and theirs goes down, and first one to get the other team to go to zero. But I liked it. I thought it was really good. Um, you know, and we'll have to wait and see where it goes from here. But I thought it was fantastic. I'm glad they waited and took their time, and this is what they've delivered.
Yeah, I think it was very smart of them to make this multiplayer free,
I
especially
agree.
because things like Call of Duty and other things have been doing that nowadays. Because I mean, it's got everyone to talk about it. It got everyone to sign up and play day one. Like I'm sure the servers are crazy, but we were both able to get in the games fine. I guess.
Yeah,
Like I
I
know
had
other
no
people.
problem.
Yeah, I know other people were able to get in the games as well. So like, yeah, there's no real issues except when it says the game's loading. Like sometimes it just takes a long time and like it doesn't really give like a correct estimation of how long it's going to be. But
Right.
otherwise, like yeah, the game works fine, runs great. I'm excited for more.
Absolutely. So the last thing we're going to kind of talk about, and this one's a big one, is Mr. Jeff Keighley announced the nominees for the 2021 Video Game Awards. Super stoked about this. This happens every single year. Um, and to be honest, I don't think I've missed a video game award presentation yet, and they are packed full of not only like people winning the game, winning the awards, but there are tons. Jeff Keighley pulls out all the stops. There's always like a world premiere of something huge
Yeah,
in these things.
I think the only game awards I actually missed was 2 years ago. Yeah, whenever Smash Bros came out, because it came out on the same day as Smash Bros Ultimate,
Gotcha.
and they announced Joker in that game while we were all at the midnight launch for Smash Bros. So everyone
Um,
was freaking
I,
out.
I love these because all it really is awards, music, and then like, hey, we're gonna announce this right here, or we're gonna do this here. I did feel like the announcements last year were not anything like huge, or like the trailers weren't like as big, but I still liked the show. I thought it was a good
Let's
show.
see. Last year was Sephiroth. There was a bit more Back for Blood. Wait, I think Back for Blood was like officially announced.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a bunch of random stuff I remember. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm always excited to see stuff being announced, especially because a lot of things have been affected by COVID.
Yes.
I'm expecting to see a lot more like world premieres because there might be finally games that were supposed to be projected this year to come out are actually finished and can
Yeah.
be like or almost finished and can be shown off for next year for purchase. So like yeah, I'm looking forward to just seeing all these world premieres. Hopefully
Do you,
we see something cool.
do you know one of my favorite ones
Mother
was the
3.
beginning of the show? Beginning of the show, they announced the three big heads. So Reggie Fils-Aimé came out, Phil Spencer came out, and whoever was a part of
Sean Layden.
Sony's head, yeah, all came out and were right next to each other, and they started the show. And I was like, how cool is that? These are like the three top companies, and Reggie's retired, so I
Yeah.
will bet you anything Reggie Fils-Aimé is there. I will bet anything he's
Oh,
there.
for sure. He has to be. Like Reggie
I
does
mean,
so much stuff now.
and he's like really good friends with Jeff Keighley, which
Yeah.
I remember Jeff Keighley when he was on a small show on G4. How he is blown up now
Yeah.
is ridiculous.
Getting all of
Uh,
these in industry friends like Hideo Kojima.
yeah, and they're like legitimately friends, not like
Yeah.
business partners. They're like legitimately friends. So I've got it pulled up here, the nominees. Do you just want to start at the bottom and work our way up? Just because obviously Game of the Year is the top one on the list. Um,
Yeah, let me move this. Whoa, I went too far.
and some of these categories we might go through quick because we just don't have a like we're not big into some of these. But yeah, I think we start at the best esport event and then work our way up. Unless you want to start with Game of the Year.
No, let's just start at the bottom. Well, I guess I always think this is a weird category. So before esports, even are you on the IGN one that I'm looking at?
I'm actually on the Game Awards one, but I can go to the IGN one.
Okay, I gave you a link to the IGN one just because it's
Oh, there it is.
easier.
Okay,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, scroll all the way down and or not all the way down because there's comments. But yeah, most anticipated game is always a weird one to me. Just because like I think Cyberpunk was one of those at one point.
Uh, they are in several categories, and I am voting every way I can to make sure they don't win because
Yeah.
I'm so pissed about that. And if my son's friend is listening, it's because of Cyberpunk. That is why.
Yep.
Yeah, let's just roll through these from the bottom. So we have the most anticipated game. We have Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and Starfield. God, I don't know, man. Starfield is nothing to me because I saw a CG trailer, but that Elden Ring, man, people are blowing it up there.
Yeah. I mean, people are playing it too right now. So like
Really?
demos and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I almost want to say that or God of War, but Horizon is no joke either. Neither is Zelda.
Yeah, they're and honestly, like all of them are pretty much good. Even Starfield to an extent. I would say just from everything that we've seen, it'd be either Elden Ring or Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I would love God of War to win, but
But we just haven't
uh,
seen a whole lot of that just yet.
yeah, yeah. The next one is best esport team. Um, do you even follow any of these guys?
I don't know
I'm
any of
not
these
knocking.
people are.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip it because I don't. And I'm not knocking people that do esports. I just don't follow any of these teams.
Yeah,
Um,
kind of same here. Like there's the best esport game, which is interesting. Like Call of Duty, they're still playing CS:GO. All right.
oh my
Uh
gosh,
Dota 2, League of Legends, of Valorant. Um
I think
Valorant, I
Call of
mean.
Duty. I think Call of Duty is gonna win that one.
Either I don't know, like whenever I think of esports, I think of League of Legends. Um
Yeah,
Although,
Yeah,
like,
but
a lot of people don't like that company, but also people don't like the company Call of Duty now. So maybe it's Valorant. So
yeah.
I don't
I
know.
mean, when my son today, we played that new Battlefield game. It was like a free demo or whatever, and he's like, "Man, this is like ridiculous." And I said, "Well, here's the other thing: is if you buy that and you play it, they don't have all these problems. They're going to be able to update a lot quicker than the other ones is." Um, but yeah,
Mm.
I don't know. Call of Duty's big though, really big. I was real quick, not to go on a tangent. How is that going to work? Because Blizzard and Activision are going through some serious stuff. I just read a story on IGN about them today. They're doing a massive walkout.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think the representatives are going to be there if they win?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they're going to get booed for the first time because people are pissed at them right now.
Yeah.
Bobby Kotick better never show up.
Yeah, I really don't know what would happen. I mean, it's kind of the same thing with like League of Legends and stuff. Like people hate Riot Games for certain
Yeah,
things that they've done. So yeah, there are a couple of these I feel like we should skip. Actually, there's a few of these now I'm keep going. So we're gonna
let's go
skip all
for the
these esports ones. I don't know who
the
these
best.
content creators are.
I my sons knew who like all of them were, all of them. So maybe that's the age group. Um, I have content creators that I watch, but you know, to be honest, the people I watch the most, the content creators I watch the most that are streaming, is you, Spencer, and other Alex, Dana Master. That's who I watch. Like majority who I watch.
Yeah.
Uh, then your names aren't on here, so I'm not even gonna. That's not
Oh,
even cool at
maybe
all.
someday. Just give us next year, right?
Yeah, let's go to the best multiplayer. Um, Back for Blood, which I've never played. It Takes Two,
Oh,
Knockout City,
oh,
Monster Hunter Rise, New World, and it was a Valium. Valium.
Valheim.
By the way, that It Takes Two. I'm surprised seeing it on a couple of these here. Um, I've never played it, but
It
it
looks
my
really fun.
and if you buy it, you get a code for somebody else.
Yeah, I know. So I'm maybe one of us should buy the code so we can play together.
I mean, that's just crazy. I would love to see knock. I would love to see It Takes Two win it, just because they're a smaller company.
It'd be cool to see that guy again. What's his name?
The one that always swears on live TV.
Yeah, we talked about the Oscars.
Yes.
Because yeah, it's that guy, A Way Out, and like all that
Yep.
stuff. Like his game was shown off, um, during the Game Awards. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
this game was shown off during the Game Awards too.
Yeah. And he even said, he goes, just so you know, it comes with a free code for you to give to your friend, any of your friends, because that way one person can play. It's a two-person game.
Yeah, because it's 2-person only game.
Yeah.
So
And I was like, I said, in my mind, I'm just like, who does that? This is also the guy that swears on live TV, and it's like,
yeah.
crap. The next category is best sim/strategy game. We have Age of Empires, Evil Genius, Humankind, Inscription,
Oh,
and
okay.
Microsoft Flight Simulator. I have literally played none of them. I played at Age of Empires years ago.
4 came out like fairly recently. I want to say it came out like not even a month ago.
Yeah,
Um,
it's on Game Pass, I think.
yeah, Inscription I think is a newer. I think it's an indie type game, but I really don't know. I don't know enough about this. I would say maybe Microsoft Flight Simulator because people really
That's
like
what I
that a
was
lot.
thinking.
But as well, like I don't know how well other people like these other games, so I really don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand it to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I feel like people play the crap out of that. I mean, literally. If I had a better PC, I might try it. Your PC could probably handle it. Have you tried it yet?
I don't have Game Pass.
Oh, well,
I have a 2-month code for Game Pass, but I haven't used it yet because I'm gonna be gone for a month. So I want
right.
to use it when I come back in January.
Gotcha. Well, I think it's gonna be. I think you were right on that. It's
Yeah.
gonna be that. Best sports or racing. We have F1 2021, FIFA 22, Hot Wheels Unleashed, Forza 5, and Riders Republic. Uh, I don't know about F1, but the rest of those games are like really big titles, including that Riders Republic.
Yeah, that
Did
came
you
out.
get that?
No, I really want to. I should. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'll probably look into it and try to get it at some point. I'll probably wait for a sale. Um,
Yeah.
but like because it seems like that kind of game that would go on sale.
Well,
But
these will all go on sale. You know they have that big sale every time they do the video game awards.
that's true, yeah. But yeah, Forza Horizon 5 I feel like is going to win because everyone's saying this is the best racing game ever and like it hasn't
Right.
been out that long either. Both Riders Republic and Forza 5 I think have been out for about 2 weeks or so. Um but yeah, everyone's loving Forza. So like um I would say that would probably win.
I would love for Hot Wheels because that game just looks fun, and I almost bought it. And Alex is like, "Just wait, it's gonna go on sale."
Yep.
You know, but I I really want to race the turtle van. I really just want it. Or the DeLorean. That'd be awesome. Uh, Best family game, which is hilarious because except for one of them, they're all Nintendo property.
Yep.
It Takes Two, Mario Party Superstars, New Pokemon Snap, Super Mario 3D World, and Bowser's Fury, and WarioWare Get It Together. I'm gonna say Pokemon Snap, to be honest. Hmm. You can't. If you're audio listeners, Alex is staring at the list. He's gonna say something different than me, I'm sure.
So reading the description for the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. Yes, Pokemon Snap is the most appropriate game out of all of these for families. Um, Now I will say Mario 3D World would probably be another good choice.
Oh,
Um,
that game's fantastic. I love that game so much.
but honestly, It Takes Two would probably be a really good choice too. Yes, it's 2 player only, but there are no like collectibles. There's nothing to really do. You just go and play the game. There's no like health bars really. There's no lives. You just go and experience the story. So like that's really good for families as well. And there isn't really anything bad necessarily in any of these. Yeah,
Right.
I don't know. It'd be one of those three, honestly. Sure. I guess Snap would be probably be the safest bet.
I literally thought you were gonna go with Mario. I
Yeah.
really did.
Sorry, I'm raising my hands because best fighting game is next. Um
Oh,
so best fighting game has Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Hino Kami Chronicles, which I have not played. It has Guilty Gear Strive. It has a game I have talked about before and may talk about in a later episode. Melty Blood Type Lumina.
that's the one I need to check out. You keep talking about it, and I'm like, I gotta check that one out, and I kept
Yeah.
forgetting what it was.
As Nickelodeon All Star Brawl and Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown.
It's
Um,
not Virtual Fighter, I can tell you that right now.
yeah. So I think it honestly, for the fighting game community, it's not gonna be Nickelodeon. It's not at all. Game's trash. Even people who like it, it's trash. Um, it's gonna be between Guilty Gear and Melty Blood, and it
Yeah.
could honestly, it's probably Guilty Gear, but I really want it to be Melty Blood.
Me being a fighting game connoisseur, Melty Blood, I'm looking at it now. I don't know any of these people,
Yeah,
but dude, this looks sick. I'm watching like the combos and stuff. Um, what are you playing it on?
I have it on PS4 5. It's also on Switch. And then friend of the show who streams Vex underscore composure. He plays it on PC.
Okay. I I definitely wouldn't play it on PC. I
It's like $50 game. It's honestly kind of basic as well. Like the story mode isn't really much. Like you're really playing it to play a fighting game. But It's
There's nothing
it's
wrong with that.
yeah, it's Typhoon, and it has like Saber from like Fate Stay Night stuff. So like, there's stuff there.
I love those obscure games. I was one of the few people that owned Rival Schools, and I love that
Hmm.
game so much. So yeah, I think I definitely think Nickelodeon's out, Virtual Fighter's out. I think it's either going to be Guilty Gear or the Melty Blood.
Hmm.
Demon Slayer. I just haven't heard many people talk about it. It looks good, but it
It's an
also,
arena fighter type thing. Like
yeah,
I don't think of those as fighting games a whole lot.
it looks like it plays like the Naruto games,
Yeah,
which I don't like that style at all. But that's just me.
yeah.
Um, Now, the best RPG, I'm going to tell everybody that is listening, this list is great except for one title. So
I
we've
didn't
got,
realize it's there.
it is, it's a kick in the face. So I'm going to go from the bottom of the list. So we got Tales of Arise, Shin Megami Tensei,
Yep.
Scarlet Nexus, Monster Hunter Rise, and Cyberpunk 2077. What the funk is that? That is
Why?
some BS. I don't know who they paid. They paid somebody. They gave Jeff Keighley a old Nike box full of money because, yeah, it's still not fixed. I don't know how it made this list. Uh, I am playing Tails right now. Tails is awesome. And when you get back, Alex, if you want to borrow my Tails, great.
I still need to play
It's
Scarlet Nexus. I'm in like the tutorial of that,
yeah.
and I sold my Monster Hunter Rise. So, and I
Who
don't plan on playing Shin Megami Tensei 5. I am a bad person for this list for this
are
year.
you not gonna play Cyberpunk?
Probably not.
I got rid of my copy, and everyone's like, "Oh, it really works okay on PS5." But then I saw people having problems. I'm like, "No, thanks." I think it's gonna be either Monster Hunter. I think Monster Hunter's got it, and maybe the other one, maybe Shin's got it. I know you said that is a huge following. Um,
I don't know if Megaten would get it, Shin Megami Tensei, because it does have a huge following, but a lot of people are really comparing it to Persona 5, and I
okay,
think like that might hurt it. Um, because it is just a different game. It is a harder game. I don't know if it'll necessarily do well on this list. I think Monster Hunter, honestly, would probably do the best on this list. That or Scarlet Nexus, or
yeah,
honestly, yeah, a lot of these stuff could do fine. Um, Actually,
I mean,
I've heard really good things about Tales. So yeah, I'm gonna say it'd be either Monster Hunter Rise, Tales of Rise, or maybe Shin Megami Tensei 5.
I totally agree with you on that. Um, and the new Tails game is great, and it's a Tails game.
Mm-hmm.
So there's little differences, but it's still a Tails game. Uh, Best action and adventure. We've got Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy, Metroid Dread, Ratchet and Clank,
Hmm.
Resident Evil Village, and Psychonauts 2. I love that Psychonauts is on here, but I don't think it's going to win it. I think
Yeah,
Resident Evil is going to win it, to be honest. You don't think so?
I think Ratchet and Clank's gonna win it.
I mean, I would love everybody on this list. I would not care who won, except for Marvel, the Marvel game, because I've not played it.
Mm-hmm.
But all these other franchises, I really enjoy.
Yeah,
But I don't know, man. Resident Evil Village, it just did stupid numbers,
yeah,
and I think it's still got a huge following. Um, and it's got a huge following in the porn industry as well. So,
it does.
which is weird. It really does. It's kind of weird, but
Yeah,
yeah. Uh, Best action game, we got Back for Blood, Chivalry 2, Deathloop, Far Cry 6, and Returnal. Now, are you voting for Returnal? Because I know you had so much fun with it.
I did have fun with it, and then I got really mad at it and I sold it. Um, but they did fix a lot of my issues, so I'm like, man, maybe I shouldn't have sold it. Let's see, I sold it to go buy something else that I never played. Um, so yeah,
So is the life of a gamer.
yeah.
I gotta have this. Metroid Dread. I am so stuck,
I haven't
and
even
it's
touched
not
Metroid
fun.
Dread, and I'm not even stuck. I just stopped playing it. It's really good. I just stopped.
Oh yeah,
I didn't play Deathloop, but I've heard people still really like Deathloop. People really like Far Cry. Um, Returnal is like one of those games that people do like, but I'm not sure. I think it would be in between Deathloop and Far Cry, to be
yeah.
honest.
I,
Especially because those are on more systems, so it's easier to grab.
yeah, and
Um,
I have not played Deathloop either. I was really excited for it. Um, I just
but
really
then they kept
haven't.
showing it off.
Yeah, and I just didn't feel like I wanted to go get it yet.
Yeah,
Now, at some point, it will go on clearance. I'll buy it then.
same.
I own Far Cry. I love it. Um, so I think Far Cry is going to take that one.
Hmm.
Um,
All
so
right.
this one's weird. Innovation of accessibility. It's recognizing software and/or hardware that pushes the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by even a wider audience.
Yeah, so it's just a bunch of like accessibility options. Now, I've heard a lot of people who are like disabled gamers and stuff like those types of avenues. They have praised Ratchet and Clank like so much, like where you can like
Really?
slow down the time and just like do all this other crazy stuff just to make it playable for them, and just so like you can react faster because the game is slower or faster or whatever. Yeah, you can map a lot of stuff a lot easier. I'm pretty sure there's like colorblind stuff too on there. So like yeah, like Ratchet and Clank has a lot of things I know. So I feel like that could win, but at the same time, I don't know about these other games. I mean, if these other games are on here, then they clearly have something to show off as well.
Right. I have seen with that special Xbox controller, people play Forza. So
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, but yeah, I don't know. I, to be honest, I didn't know that about Ratchet and Clank, but that's awesome that other people will be able to uh, play that. Everyone's allowed to play it.
Yeah.
That's great. Best VR/AR game: Hitman 3, I Expect You to Die, Lone Echo 2, Resident Evil 4, and Sniper Elite VR. I think it's Resident Evil 4. I haven't played it, but
I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't played any VR games this year. I Expect You to Die. I really like the first one. So I would assume I really like the second one as well. And it's very those I don't know if you ever played those games before where it's very just like escape the room. Like you're in a place and you have to just
yes,
like figure out how to get out of the trap. It's like a James Bond parody, and if you don't do it correctly, then you die. Um so like yeah, there's just a bunch of traps, but I don't know.
yep.
Like it just really depends on if they're gonna go indie or if they're gonna go AAA. And yeah, they could go that way with Resident Evil 4.
I've seen people play it. Now, me watching people play it gives me like motion sickness vibes.
Yeah, same.
But if I was playing it, I don't know that I would. So I don't know. Both my sons have the I mean, is it still called the Oculus or is it called like
Yeah.
I mean they were calling it Facebook.
Oculus Quest,
Yeah, but aren't they calling it like whatever Facebook is called now? I don't know.
Metaverse. No, I don't think they're calling it that.
Yeah. Well, my son is getting a new one for Christmas and he really wants that game. I may try it and then I'll call Alex and be like, "Oh no, I totally threw up."
See, the new Oculus looks kind of cool and stuff because it's on sale, but I really don't want to have a headset that's tied to Facebook.
that that is the biggest problem. Like we have to. So my older one got one. He did a Facebook account. He never uses it, but he got it just for his Oculus.
Yeah,
And he's like,
it's annoying.
"It was funny, Alex." I said, "Well, if you're on Facebook, why don't you add your dad?" He goes, "I literally just play my Oculus with it." He goes, "Facebook is for old people." That's what he told me. It's
I,
for old people.
he's got a point.
Yeah. I mean, I was on there and I was like, holy crap, it is.
Yeah.
Uh, but Resident Evil 4, my worry is like when you get into the village and you're hearing all the sounds, you're like moving all around.
Sensory overload.
I think it would make me sick.
Yeah.
But you know, well, I think that one there, but I Expect You to Die sounds fun. Uh, Best community support, yeah. And this is just social activity, media activity, and game updates and patches.
Oh,
Apex,
I already know.
Destiny 2, Final Fantasy, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky. I say Final
Yeah,
Fantasy,
it's
but I
14. 14 hands down.
yeah.
Yep.
Um, my son was like, I don't know, man. Apex is great, and so is Fortnite. And I'm like,
Yeah, but is the community great?
yeah. I said, he goes, no, they're pretty toxic. I said, exactly. I said, Final Fantasy has built this for so long that when um, Blizzard had their problems and everyone left, everyone went to Final Fantasy. I would love to see their spike in numbers.
Everyone's so
I would love to.
inviting too. Like everyone just wants everyone to play Final Fantasy 14, and they help, and like everyone seems just very helpful. Whereas when you see all these other games and toxic things, like no one wants to help. They just lure you down like a trap or something or whatever. Like yeah, I don't know. I've had great experiences playing 14, and like I expect this to win for that.
Alex has been for a long time trying to talk me into doing it.
I haven't played in a while.
Uh,
I bought a
yeah,
60-day pass. And I only played 15 days out of those days.
I remember when we were all together and Spencer was on here. Spencer's like, "You should do it." And Alex is like, "We can all play together." And Spencer was even thinking of reactivating his account to play, and then we just never did it.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. There's a couple I watch called Jen and Eric, and they play it, and I watch them on Twitch, and I like watching them because they're a funny couple. But it does look like fun, and when they invite people to join their stuff, everyone, like, even if they don't know who they are, they're like super nice,
Yeah.
and they don't try to like cause problems or whatever.
Now I will say have a keyboard handy, even if you're depending on even where you're playing, because like having a keyboard handy just helps out a ton for typing and all of that.
If I do play it, I'm gonna play it on my PC.
I have it on PS4/PS5, and it looks amazing on the PS5 update. But yeah, I'm thinking about getting it on PC eventually. Maybe I don't know. I didn't want to say anything because a friend of the show is listening and who plays Final Fantasy 14. And I'm just like, man, if I say it, then now you're gonna pester me into buying it, and yeah, I'll probably buy it on PC eventually if I
If
have
that does
time.
happen, yes.
It's so
But
like yeah.
well, and I don't even we've always talked about how busy we get. But if you do start playing it again, I will at least do because I think you can get to like what, level 30 or
No,
40.
it's higher. It's like 80 or something.
Oh wow,
You can go through like pretty much all like the first few expansions as well. You just have less things to do. Like you have less features. Um,
gotcha.
but I got tricked because yeah, when I got it, I got the standard edition or pack or whatever, which came with like DLC and stuff. But then I couldn't do the trial because I technically bought it. So now my account, I have to pay for it now to play through it.
Gotcha. Well, if you get that back up again, you let me know. Probably after first of the year. That'd be fun to do. Um, this one's kind of fun. Best mobile game. I don't play any of these whatsoever.
I played Genshin
Uh,
on the PS4 and PS5 for a bit. And then Pokemon Unite, I feel like people play that more on their Switch than on their phone. Um, I didn't realize you could play League on your phone. Huh. I'm probably gonna just say it's Genshin Impact. People like
yeah,
Genshin, and it's an excuse for them to vote for Genshin.
exactly. Best debut indie game. We have is it Kenna?
It's Kina.
Kena? Kena, Bridge of Spirits, Sable, Artful Escape, The Forgotten City, and Valheim. Um, didn't we get that Forgotten City as a PlayStation Plus?
I think so. I never played it.
I never played it. I've never played any of those.
And Kina's newer. Like that's the one that
Yeah,
looked very Pixar-y and all that kind of stuff, and played kind of like a God of War, it seemed, but also like a PS2 God of War.
I'm
um,
gonna say that one. I think that one's gonna be the one that wins it.
yeah, I can see that.
Um,
Let's see here. Yeah,
you
yeah, I
read
can
that?
read it. Yeah, best indie game as well. Um, 12 Minutes, Death's Door, Kina again, Inscription, and Loop Hero. A lot of people like a lot of these games, so it honestly could be either any of them. Um,
Yeah.
Death's Door, I think, is the one that's kind of like what do you call it? Like a Dark Souls ish,
Oh yeah.
but it's like 2D. Um, but like yeah, like that could win. Kina again could win. People really like Loop Hero. People really like Inscription. I really don't know. Anything could win here.
Yeah. Best ongoing game. Again, these are all big hits. Apex, Call of Duty Warzone, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. I want to give it to Final Fantasy. I know there's some big heavy hitters there, but I think it's gonna be Final Fantasy.
It better be.
Uh, the only one I can think of is Call of Duty, but again, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of people on Call of Duty, but I feel like there's more people on Final Fantasy online that might vote.
I think
But
it might be Final Fantasy, honestly. So I don't think it'll be any of the first two. I think it's a. I think it should be Final Fantasy. However, Genshin Impact is probably a close second, followed by Fortnite.
well, yeah, we'll see when this
A ton of
happens.
people play Genshin Impact, and it's just like
Yeah,
it's a free to play MMO type game, like RPG. So like yeah, people are going to play it and vote for it.
yeah. We have the games for Impact, um, and we've got Before Your Eyes, Boyfriend's Dungeon, Chicory, a colorful tale, Life is Strange, and No Longer Home. I know Life is
I know
Strange.
3 of those games.
Yeah,
Um,
and I've heard of Boyfriend Dungeon,
I've heard of
but
Chicory
that's
as
it.
well. Yeah, I really don't
Um,
know. This is one of those categories where I feel like we're not well versed in the
or
category to
not,
vote.
not that we don't play games like that, but like when Spencer was on the show, this is Spencer's like area. This
I
is what he would play.
I hate Life is Strange, so like I just don't think I could ever play another one.
Yeah, I've never even played him.
Yeah,
Um, I will say that this next one, best performances. Uh,
I don't know any
so
of these people. Oh wait, no,
you
I
know
know one of them. I know one of them.
the guy from Far Cry, and
Yeah,
Maggie Robinson
yeah, I
from Resident
guess.
Evil.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be either Far Cry or Resident Evil. That's who I think is gonna be the two ones. And the Resident Evil one is because people are perverts. But the other guy is like an Academy Award winning actor. So
yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool if he won something, and then maybe he would continue on in his acting in video games.
do you think if he wins, he will be there at the show,
Oh
or is it
yeah,
going to be a video?
I think he'd be there.
I think he'd be there. I've seen him speak before. He is by far one of the best speakers I've seen.
Yeah,
So hopefully he wins. We've got best audio design. We got Deathloop, Forza, Ratchet and Clank, Resident Evil Village, and Returnal. God, man, I almost want to say it's going to be Forza or Ratchet and Clank.
yeah.
Ratchet and Clank is
It
awesome.
could also be Returnal as well. Returnal has really good
Yeah,
audio, just to like ambiance and just environmental type stuff. So like yeah, it could really be that too. It's probably gonna be Forza. That's what I
yeah.
think.
Um, best score. Yet again, Cyberpunk is in here again. Uh, so this is the best score. We got Cyberpunk, Deathloop, Near. Is it Replicant? I'm
Yeah,
not gonna go through the version. Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy and the Artful Escape. I almost want to say Marvel's Guardian because I saw the playlist. The amount of licensed music in there is awesome, and the music is good. So
Yeah, it could either be that or Nier, because people really like the Nier soundtracks. I don't really expect much else to do anything else. But I really don't know about the Artful Escape, so I really can't speak about it.
I don't think anyone knows that Cyberpunk has good music. That's what I mean, all 5 people that are playing it right now.
Yeah,
That's crazy. If they're there, I wonder what kind of reception they're going to get if they win an award.
yeah,
To be honest, best art direction, we've got Deathloop. Uh, is it Kina? Right?
yep.
Kina, Bridge of the Spirits, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank, and The Artful Escape. I want to say Psychonauts because the art. I mean, just
Yeah,
Double Fine is awesome when it comes to that. I hope they win. Um, maybe if they win, they'll do a Costume Quest 3. That'd be great.
maybe.
They won't. They won't. But it's a thought. Best narrative, we have Deathloop, It Takes Two, Alex's favorite, Life is Strange, Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy, and Psychonauts 2. I've not played any of those. I played Psychonauts 1. So if it's
I,
anything like that, I want to say Psychonauts.
yeah, I think it's gonna be anywhere from Psychonauts 2 to It Takes Two to even Life is Strange, because those three games are very story heavy. Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy is too, like, as well. Like, it's very Mass Effecty, like where you choose like certain things and you get different stories. But I just really don't know because that game's way too new.
I don't know. Then we got the best game direction. We got Deathloop, It Takes Two, Returnal, Psychonauts 2, and Ratchet and Clank. I tell you that It Takes Two has been in a lot of these categories here.
It better win
That and
something.
the ones I really want to win, I want them to win at least one. Psychonauts, I want them to win one, and Ratchet and Clank, I want them to win one. Um, this one here, I don't know. I don't know. I almost want to say It Takes Two.
Yeah,
I mean, it's something that's never been done before.
yeah.
So, and the game of the year. So we got Deathloop, It Takes Two, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank, and Resident Evil Village. I'm gonna go out on a limb. This is gonna be a big one, and I think it's gonna be Resident Evil Village.
No,
I know
wrong.
you're shaking your. People can't that are listening.
You're wrong.
Alex shaking his head. You think it's gonna be Metroid?
No. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Ratchet and Clank or Psychonauts 2. Psychonauts 2 is on everything. It still is technically a PS4 game, so you could play it anywhere. Ratchet and Clank is Ratchet and Clank. People love that game. It is a next gen game. It does a lot of things.
Very true.
As it says, does all things creative and technical. So like, yeah. I'd say it'd be one of those two.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be. I'm excited to watch this, and this is gonna be next month. I'm looking to see what the day is when this comes. The show is December 9th.
Yeah.
Last year was fully virtual. This is gonna be. There's gonna be a lot of people there this time.
All right.
So watch it and see how close Alex and I got with this. Alex probably got a lot of them. Alex seems to get these like award show ones. I do not. I go with what I like. That's not the way to do it.
That's fine though.
So yeah, that was that story there. Do we have a plug for somebody? I know we should plug somebody. We should plug somebody.
We don't really have a plug. I can't really think of anyone to plug necessarily. I think we should take this moment and plug ourselves.
I agree.
Yeah, and yeah, take a look. I almost started quoting Kingdom Hearts. Take a look at this tiny place. Anyway, yeah, go ahead and go over to YouTube if you're not already. Go to youtube.com, search for Get At Gaming podcast, You can find this along with our reactions from last year's E3. You can also find other things as well, just like our podcast, and we even have like a pilot, I think, still on there from like when we tried to do movies as a separate thing.
Two
So like, yeah, that's a interesting little nugget of history.
nugget.
Yeah, but yeah, we have that, so definitely take a look over there. We do have socials, so like, Facebook, Twitter. We technically have an Instagram. We have TikTok and all that kind of stuff. There's a link tree that you should be able to find somewhere, at least on the Twitter. But yeah, just find us at Get At Gaming, just pretty much everywhere, or Get At Gaming, pretty much everywhere. But yeah, I wanted to take this time again to say a few things. Number one, thank you everyone for listening this year. We really do appreciate all of you. Even when things change, you still stuck around, I hope. And if you showed up afterwards, welcome. We're glad to have you. But yeah, like I'm looking forward to next year and seeing what we can do. And then yeah, the reason why I'm talking so far in advance, I brought up in the beginning of the episode, but this is probably our last recording before yeah, for the rest of the year, because everything else after this is a pre-recorded video and audio podcast. So you're gonna get some interesting stuff, you're gonna get some different stuff, so just be aware that it will be called something different on the podcast feeds, but it'll still come through the same feed. So yeah, you'll be looking forward to some different things. So I hope you enjoy them. I guess I'll give you a little bit of a taste, I guess. Like, I don't know, like we're gonna be talking about like movies and stuff as well, because we can't really just talk about news, and news like
Right.
gets old really fast. So we're talking about things that are topical to the months coming up, as well as like certain things that are coming out as well. But we still have some game stuff to talk about as well, so we still have those. So don't worry about that. We'll still talk about games. But yeah, do you have anything else to tell the
Yeah,
people?
yeah. As Alex said, thank you very much. We've been doing this nonstop since first of the year. Alex and I have been, and Spencer for most of it, have been very faithful of getting an episode out every single week on time. So it is a well-deserved break, but also to get our creative juices going, because when we come back, we are going to really kind of launch more of our brand and really kind of do more things. Uh, and as Alex said on YouTube, help us get to 100 subscribers. That'd be really awesome, so we can get a real address, not a weird URL.
It'd be nice.
Also, yes, it'd be very nice. Also, we are on anywhere you get podcasts. We are usually there. Apple, Google, Spotify, everywhere you can get one. Love
Amazon.
for you to, yeah, we're on Amazon Music as well. Uh, go there, hit subscribe, download our episodes. Just so you know, right now, since the day we started, it's been 2 years now almost, we have all these episodes out. Total, we are at 3,959 downloads or streams on our podcast that are actual, like, for the podcast, not the video, because we started later, but that's an amazing number.
That's a
So,
lot.
and we couldn't have done it without you guys. We, you know, are doing this for fun and having a great time. And Alex and I have really just put a lot of heart and soul into this. What would be really nice is when we're gonna go to the break, we're gonna get all these other episodes out for you guys. Help us get to 4,000. So when we come back, we're at 4,000 plays and downloads. That would be awesome.
Yes.
But yeah, other than that, I guess there's really nothing more except for to get at it.
Get at it.